Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to 50-yard line. Our national anthem will be sung by Miss Michelle Kokio.
Good evening and thank you for joining the Aloha Stadium Stars, where tonight we bring you the matchup between the Kahuku Redraiders and the Waianae Seariders. Blaine Cowie joined alongside by Donald Boleno here this evening. And Donald, two of the powerhouses in the OIA coming head-to-head here at the Aloha Stadium tonight.
What makes this a real weird matchup right now is that it's happening so early in the season, but at the same time, as we take a look at the Red Raiders on the other side, you know, they're going through a little rebuilding period. They came real close last year in the purple, and they're going to try to see what they can do about repeating this year. On the other side of the ball, it looks like that Coach Leo Taka is going to be doing a lot of rebuilding as we see his Sea Riders over there. As we notice up and down the roster, there's a lot of juniors on the squad, a lot of them with not too many experience, and the cupboard has gone kind of bare, and they've already lost 2 games early in the season.
But at the same time, for Waianae, they got a lot of seniors that they're looking to for leadership this year. And there you see 2 of the captains coming out now. That is Robert Afong, number 70, along with Bobby Mendez, number 20. Both a couple of senior captains heading out to the field, and those are 2 of the players that Coach Leo Talk is looking to for leadership.
At the same time, you know, we saw earlier in the season also one of the complaints of, if you will, of Coach Taka was he was trying to get a preseason game scheduled or something like that. Then all of a sudden, you know, there was no time to prepare for that, and we could actually see what he was talking about, because first game of the season against Kailua, they struggled, and they really couldn't get that running game, that power running game that they're noted for.
And one thing we can look forward to seeing tonight, as traditionally in a lot of the OIA games the last few years, is the strong running attack from both offenses.
Well, just looking down at that coin toss over there, looking at the captains, they do have some decent size. And if you look on the white side, or the Kahuku side of the ball over there, you see that you have number 71. He's listed here as Leon Lopes. He's an offensive lineman. He's 5'11", 242 pounds. So they still have a lot of size, and again, that's what the OIA is noted for.
Rule is 1, elected to defer.
Saw the call there from the referee.
Kahuku will receive, defending the north end zone.
The referees for tonight's game, Doug Awana. Your head
so Kahuku will receive the ball to start things off here in the first half. Their head coach, Siwaki Levi.
Field judge
In
Hamana
just his
Leal.
4th season here in the OIA, he
Back
has
judge
put on some
Mel
stellar numbers
Ford
taking over
Carroll.
for Doug Simones.
Well, what's
Timer of the
real
game,
amazing
Gary
also, what was real
Ramasura.
interesting as we see
On the
Coach
box,
Suaki
Maokote Itui Maone.
walking across the field, and this is something that the
And on the change,
OIA
Brian
does. They do the
and
shaking
Robert
hands before the
Van.
game. But if you followed them last year, it was real interesting to note throughout the newspapers how many of their young men have carried on to go to Division I programs, whether they're redshirting or actually playing this year on some of the major programs on the mainland.
And one thing Coach Levaya has had to overcome is some of the players that may have played for the Kahuku football team have actually gone to the Kailua football team. And Kailua putting up some great numbers this year as well early on in the OIA.
Oh, yeah, and as we all know, one of the reasons for that also is because one of their former coaches, in fact, the head coach is a former coach out at Kahuku. And, of course, they also run the risk of losing a lot of players to St. Louis.
And Coach Leo Ta'aka working with one of the younger teams he has had in recent years in the OIA. But he always seems to find a way to make things happen, always seems to find a way to get the most out of his football team. And we are once again looking for a tremendous matchup tonight between these two great football teams.
Going in the mold of Coach Ginoza, he learned all of his stuff under Coach Ginoza, and we all know about the legendary things that Coach Ginoza has done for that Waianae Searider program.
Just minutes away from kickoff here at the Aloha Stadium. Many of the fans now finding their ways into the seats. You can feel the excitement in the air. This is another rivalry, not to mention just two great football teams, but a rivalry that has really developed over the last few years.
And ever since they started this red, white, and blue conference out in the OIA, the one thing that has been real prominent is the fact that Kahuku and Waianae has always been in the red division.
Back to receive the kickoff of Kahuku, number 20.
Kicking the
Orlando
ball off
Wong.
here for the Waianae Seariders will be number
And on the
32,
far side,
Lono
number
Manners.
42,
Back to
Leonard
receive for
Peters.
Kahuku, Orlando Huang, number 20, and Irvin Atuaya, number 22. So it's tea time finally here at the Aloha Stadium. The much anticipated
Number
matchup between
32,
Kahuku and
Manners
Waianae is
kicking off
now
for the
underway.
Seariders.
Ball headed just shy of Orlando Wong, and that will skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Ball goes into the end zone for
And
a
we have
touchback.
number 42 down there, Leonard Peters, listed
First
here
and
as a
10 for
defensive back.
Kahuku ball at their own
6'1",
20-yard line.
165 pounds. He's one of those senior leaders on the Kahuku Redraiders side of the ball. Kind of misjudged that kickoff, and before you know it scoots right into the end zone. And high school rules has it, no matter what happens, if you touch it or not, you can't run it out. You'll automatically take it at the 20-yard line.
Single back in the backfield for the Red Raiders will be DJ Nawahine. They go to Nawahine here, and it's a keeper by the quarterback.
Funaki with the ball.
That is Funaki with the ball. Inoke Funaki, the starting quarterback, with the keeper
Making
on the
the
triple
tackle
option
for the
play, picks up a
Seariders,
good
number 56.
9, maybe 10 yards.
Brandon.
As we look on the roster over
Faiga.
here, we have Funaki listed here as only a sophomore. So not too much experience on the quarterback
took
side,
that
but
ball
he
for
shows some
11
good
yards
hitting
and a first
decision
down.
making by
First and 10
tucking away
for
that
Kahuku
ball,
at
faking
their
to the up back, and before you know it,
31
picking up a first down.
Linebacker Brandon Faiga making the tackle there on Funaki, but not before he picks up a first down on the first play of the game. He gets 11 yards in that carry, first and 10 from the 31. Nawahine upended behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose
number
about a
44,
yard.
Nawahine,
And a
the
very
ball
late
carrier.
penalty marker coming in on the play.
Leading the way for the Seariders, number 59.
That will hold up action here,
Kevin
and we'll see what the
Smith.
call is.
Penalty markers on the play.
And an early personal foul penalty here against the Seariders. So what appeared to be a good defensive play ends up being a 15-yard penalty and a second first down for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
We have a dead ball foul, personal foul on the defense, first down.
This is something that the Waianae Seariders don't want happening right now, and that is, of course, Kahuku making an early run at them.
Big once again, this time the pitch back. Carrying the ball there is Orlando Wong. Wong, the player that can make all kinds of things happen for Kahuku offensively. But Waianae able to contain him, and he'll just pick up a couple of yards and first down.
As we take a look at here on the replay, we're going to see that Kahuku runs the old spread that University of Hawaii used to run when Coach Bob Wagner was in town. And as we see, Wong takes the pitch on the reverse, nowhere going, and he stopped there for a 2-yard gain.
Nice ankle tackle by Jacob Galariado, number 30 for the Seariders. Containing the speedy Orlando Wong makes it 2nd and 8 from the 48. Funaki with the pitch once again. And another late penalty marker coming in as a tackle was being made.
Number 83.
Fakaloloma Olevao, a wide receiver carrying the ball. You see a lot of movement before the snap on this part of the Kahuku Red Raiders. Waianae fans applauding. This should be going against Kahuku.
Holding on the defense. Replay 2nd down.
Blaine, as you mentioned, there's a lot of movement on that offense that Kahuku runs, and as like I noticed, and I was just saying, they're running the old spread that the University of Hawaii runs, and that was a delayed motion by number 83.
First passing play of the game. Funaki, lots of time, has a man across the middle. That is complete. Kahuku should have first down yardage on that reception by Sosa Ia Hafoko.
As we take a look at here on the replay, you see Funaki dropping back to pass, has all kinds of time, picks out his receiver, and before you know it, just when they think they're there for a big first down loss there, it was 1st and 19. Right off the bat, they give up the first down.
Hafoko with the big reception and another penalty marker. We've had a lot of penalties coming down here in the first series of the game. 10 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
We have a dead ball foul. False start on the offense. Still first down.
The false start penalty will back up the Red Raiders 5 yards. And after a big strike like the last play, you hate to have a penalty stop your offensive momentum when you're trying to mount the drive.
But at the same time, with the type of offense that Kahuku runs, they can eat up some big yardage at any time.
Funaki with the ball.
Quarterback Funaki keeping the ball. Funaki making things happen. He crosses the 40 down to about the 33-yard line. Funaki had everybody fooled on the option play. I haven't seen that 4th option yet. You usually have the fake to the fullback, maybe the quarterback keeper, the pitch to the pitch man, but he faked everybody and kept it and ran back around the other way.
What happened was they had poor pitch relationship between him and the halfback, and before you know it, it looked like he had to eat the ball there, but then with a lot of creativity, he noticed that he had a lot of running room on the opposite side from where the traffic was flowing, and before you know it, it took defensive back number 21, Calvin Brown, for the Waianae Seariders to finally bring him down.
First down Waianae, Nawahine bullying his way through the offensive line, picks up about 6 yards.
On the bottom of the pile for the Seariders.
Nothing real fancy when you see Nawahine running through the line, just straight power coming through the middle.
And take a look at here on the replay. Nothing more than a simple dive to the left-hand side from Nawahine. Pick up some nice yardage over there, keeps his legs driving, and before you know it, he's finally brought down by number 23, Nui Kekahuna, listed here at 5'10", 185 pounds.
Funaki back to
pass by Funaki has a man. This is picked off by the Waianae Seariders. Calvin Brown running the ball back. He's got some blockers in front of him before he's taken down at the 30-yard line. And what a momentum shift that's going to be in this ball game.
As we take a look at there, that's probably the intended receiver, number 23 for the Red Raiders. That's Jerome Header. Before you know it, as they're driving down, big mistake coming down over here. They're almost in the red zone. Before you know it, throws a pass right down the middle. Then Calvin Brown picks off the pass, starts off to his left-hand side, then starts cutting across out to the right-hand side of the field. And before you know it, he takes it out to the 30-yard line.
So Sea Rider offense now on the field, and they'll pass on first down. A man on the sideline, and this is almost intercepted. Jacob Malufau on coverage there for the Kahuku Red Raiders. Pass intended for the Sea Riders, Grayan Enriquez.
We're going to take a look at here on the replay. A real big mistake. After getting that turnover, you come right back. This is what you don't want to do, and that's give the ball right back. And that almost became a real costly mistake. Real fortunate play right there.
Sam Kelly, the quarterback here for the Sea Riders. See what they do on 2nd and 10. Play action once again. Kelly has a man, and this is complete. One man to beat for the Sea Riders, and they will be taken down at the 3-yard line.
What a play. Caught from behind by number 18, Jacob Malufau. Listed here as a defensive back, 5'11", 168 pounds. But what a reception by number 80, Sean Bebeal. Listed here at 5'9", 155 pounds. And we can take a look at here on the replay. Nothing more than a quick post pattern right behind the two defenders. And before you know it, it looks like Bebeal has a clear shot going all the way to the end zone. But before you know it, he gets caught from behind by Malufau.
That is Sean Bebo with the reception. Looked like a BB on that last play. And there you see Peter Serrano, the ball carrier. He'll get close to the goal line, but no further.
Now, this is one thing that you're going to actually see a lot of this year by Waianae. We're used to seeing the smash mouth football, but because they don't have a lot of size at the fullback position and so forth, we're going to see them going up top more, and we see us being successful right now in this first drive.
1 yard.
2nd and goal to go from the 1 for Waianae. And off and touchdown, Sea Riders.
Number 32, Lono Manners.
Nice second effort by number 32, Lono Manners. Just when he looks like he gets stuffed right before the goal line, second effort takes him all the way through for the 6 points.
Manners scoring the first touchdown of the game of 5'10", 185-pound junior for Waianae. And in all reality, it looked like Kahuku was going to put up the first touchdown. Waianae intercepts the pass. The extra point conversion is no good, and the score remains 6-0. But what a momentum shift that was. Waianae capitalizing on the Brown interception.
Big momentum shifter, and the one fortunate part for the Waianae Sea Riders was on that first play. They almost gave it back up on that near interception. As we take a look at here on the Jiffy Lube replay, we see over here Manners gets stacked up right at about the 1 yard line, but he keeps pushing beneath that pile, and before you know it, he crosses the plane and he gets 6 points for the Waianae Sea Riders. Again, one of the things that we've always talked about year after year, though, is a special teams play of the OIA, and as we see, they missed the extra point, and it's just 6-0 so far.
The key play on that drive by the Waianae Sea Riders, the 66-yard pass to Sean Bebo. Bebo on the receiving end of that pass from Kelly got them down inside the 5-yard line. And close enough for Manners to pound it in from the 1. And Manners will kick it away once again to Kahuku.
Now, part of the maturation process for the Red Raiders is to see how they react after committing a turnover and giving up a touchdown on the first possession to their opponents.
Leonard Peters, number 42, and Orlando Wong, number 20, back to receive the kick for Kahuku. And they'll await the kick at about the 15-yard line. Thinking Manners may kick another short one. His last kick landed around the 15, so they'll move up there. Not very often you see the man that scored the touchdown do the ensuing kickoff, but we'll see it here. And Manners will shoot this out of bounds, and
Penalty marker on the play.
Kahuku will probably take this ball at the 35-yard line. 7:06 left to play here in the first quarter. The Waianae Seariders with a 6-0 advantage here in the first quarter.
We have an illegal procedure on the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35.
After the penalty being first.
Bad thing about that kickoff is, of course, to give them pretty good field position right off the bat, right out at the 35-yard line. But at the same time, it's going to be, like I said, interesting to see how the Kahuku offense responds to this situation right here.
Kahuku in the I formation for the first time tonight. Carrying the ball there is the running back, Kala Latuselu. Latuselu, another OIA veteran here on the Kahuku team, picks up a couple.
The ball carrier.
We'll take a look at here on the replay coming up on the Jiffy Lube replay. We see that number 34, Kala Latuselu, takes a handoff in the backfield, tries to pick his way off to his right-hand side, finally takes up about 3 yards, and Coach Suwaki said he's going to try multiple formations this year.
Latuselu, once again, he'll duck past one man, but the linebacker Lopaka Meacham there to make the tackle for Waianae. And they'll bring up third down and about 5 yards to go.
Just when it looks like there was an opening off to the left-hand side, as we look at here on the replay, you see that they go to the, they're going to fake off to the right-hand side to the fullback, get it out to the halfback, and when it looks like there's daylight, before you know it, number 53, Lopaka Meacham, meets number 34, Latuselu, for the only short game.
Third down and 5. Now Waianae trying to get the first down, and he'll be about 3 yards short for Kahuku. That'll bring up fourth down.
Number 56, Brandon.
On the stop over there, you have number 56, Brandon Maniafaiga, listed here at 5'8", 165 pounds. And seems like they're going to be alternating their offense. They started out with a spread formation, and before you know it, they're going on a pro set.
Low snap, and it's a fake punt. Carrying the ball is Wong, and Wong will have the first down and more. Wong, tremendous speed, taken down at the Waianae 40. Both head coaches pulling out all of the stops here in the first quarter, Donald.
Yeah, number 20, Orlando Wong, actually makes a real heady play. I don't really think that was a planned thing. What happened was the ball got skipped up on the turf, and hopefully we'll catch it on the replay. And there it was, and before you know it, he just sees an opening because there looked like a chance where he wasn't going to get the kickoff, and he saw that opening off to the left-hand side.
Well, if that wasn't planned, they might put that in the playbook next week. This is Latuselu struggling forward, breaking tackles. And after his effort, he'll pick up about 4 yards.
Strong running over there by Latuselu. And again, he's listed here at 5'11", 200 pounds, so he is a load to bring down right after he gets a little hit of steam going from the backfield.
Kevin Smith with the stop for the Seariders.
Officials time.
Officials taking some equipment down on the field and get the game clock back underway. 4:35 left to go here in quarter number 1. Waianae with the 6-0 lead, but Kahuku trying to mount the drive, see if they can tie the game up. Funaki on play action with some time. Man wide open, and is this complete? No, he was out of bounds. Fakaloloma Olevao with a nice effort here on the near sideline. But the linesman said he was out of bounds when his foot came down, and that'll bring up third down.
Nice effort over there by Olevao, and trying to keep at least 1 foot in, because that is a college and high school rule. But again, Funaki had a lot of time back over there, really didn't have too much pressure. All he did was roll off to his right-hand side, and before you know it, everything on the right-hand side was open. Unfortunately, ball was a little bit too high for the receiver.
Funaki, the 5'11", 165-pound sophomore quarterback, may look to pass here. He'll keep it, and he'll get taken down. Wayne Perrin coming up from his defensive lineman spot to make the tackle for Waianae. And another fourth down situation here for Kahuku.
Take a look at here on the replay. They line up in that spread formation one more time. They try to run the option, and Funaki may have seen something in the middle, but it got shut down real quickly by number 79 of the Seariders, Wayne Perrin.
The Red Raiders will take a timeout here on 4th and 5 from the Waianae 35-yard line. Their coaching staff wants to talk it over, see if they want to go for it here on 4th down. They trail 6-0. We'll be back here at the Aloha Stadium. Welcome back to the Aloha Stadium. Blaine Cowan and Donald Bolano here from the Aloha Stadium Stars. 4th down and 5 for the Red Raiders. They trail by 6 points to Waianae. Waianae scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run by Lono Manners.
This is a real interesting call. Kind of like a no-brainer at the same time at the high school level. You're at the 35-yard line. It's really too short of a field to try a punt. Hey, they're moving the ball. They might have a chance to pick up that first down.
Too short for a punt, too far for a field goal. And Waianae will fall short of first down yardage. And so the Waianae defense able to make a stand, stopping Waianae a good yard short of first down yardage.
Making the stop over there for the Seariders, you have number 52, Kolani Brown, listed here as a 5'11", 195-pound junior. Looks like he's going to be a real good one for the Seariders. If we take a look at here on the replay, they go to the dive with Navahine, and before you know it, it gets shut down real quickly over there.
Linebackers for Waianae making some big defensive plays so far here in the first quarter. 3:58 left to go. The give up the middle goes to the running back, Manners. Manners will get a couple, and that'll bring up 2nd down and about 8.
Leading the way for the Red Raiders, number 98.
It kind of looks like Manners is going to be their workhorse for tonight. And on that formation over there, they did a little bit something different also. They started out on the pro set on their first possession, and before you know it, they tried to run a little bit of the Kahuku spread.
Officials time.
Second and 8 from the 34. A little under 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Seariders now trying the option. This is Kale Lee. Kale Lee with room to go across midfield. Kale Lee being taken. No, he's not going to be taken down. Kale Lee into the end zone. Touchdown, Waianae.
Kahuku's being ambushed over here so far in the first quarter. Just when we were talking about how the Waianae Seariders have had some difficulties moving the ball so far early in the season, they make us look like a bunch of liars right now, and they put up 2 big scores on 2 big plays.
Kale Lee, for a moment, it looked like he was going to be taken down by a Red Raider defender who had his jersey in his grasp. Kale Lee just too strong, able to break that grasp and get into the end zone. And 66 has been a big number here for Waianae tonight. 66-yard pass sets up a touchdown on their first possession. 66-yard touchdown run by Kale Lee here, and they'll go for 2.
Penalty marker on the play.
Bebo, your man in motion, and delay of game will be the call here against Waianae. So see if they still try to go for the 2-point conversion.
Delay of game on the offense.
To back up 5 yards, they'll need 8 yards for the 2-point conversion. Actually looking down on the field over there, seeing how Keali'i, after doing that 66-yard sprint, kind of wanted that penalty over there, kind of catch his breath there.
Bebo once again the man in motion. Keali'i rolling out, fires, and this will be tipped around and incomplete.
Waianae fails to convert. With 3:04 left in the first quarter.
So the score will be 12-0 after the failed extra point conversion.
As we take a look at here on the replay, we're going to see that Keali'i rolls out to his right-hand side. He actually has a lot of real estate in front of him, but opts to throw into the end zone, and unfortunately didn't get the 2-point conversion converted. Now, if you look at it from an offensive standpoint, out on the stats there that you see on the screen, you see that Kahuku actually has more first downs than Waianae. Waianae just has bigger plays to their credit.
Kahuku has sustained longer drives. They've had the time of possession more than Waianae, but as you mentioned, the big plays from Waianae have really been the killer.
As we see here, what Keali'i does, he actually reverse pivots, and the option is not there. He tucks it in, and before you know it, he's going all the way down the sidelines. And number one, we're going to see him flying out over here. This is what we were looking at. Waika Abraham, listed here at 5'8", 150 pounds, takes a bad angle, and he can't really get the grasp on Keali'i.
The kickoff for the Red Raiders. On the far side, number 42.
There you see Keali'i, a 6'3", 190-pound senior. Transferred to Waianae last year. His father's in the military, came from North Carolina. Glad to be in the islands now, and especially a little happier after that 66-yard touchdown run. This will be Wong. Wong trying to get past the man, and he cannot get past Jacob Galariata.
On the stop over there, you have number 30, Jacob Galariata, listed here at 5'10", 180 pounds. And talk about momentum shifters. As we see here on special teams, we have Wong wrestling away the ball going off to his right-hand side, and before you know it, gets clogged up over there by number 30, Galariata. And before you know it, they're starting inside of their 20-yard line for the first time tonight.
Kahuku back on their own 10-yard line.
Latusella
with the ball. Penalty marker on the play. We might see holding here against Kahuku. Kamu Westbrook in on the stop on Latuselu, but see which direction this penalty goes. And we'll have a face mask going against the Waianae defense. And this will be a biggie, too. 15-yard face mask penalty from the spot of the foul.
Face mask on the defense. First down.
As we see Coach Taaka over here, earlier we saw one of the offensive coordinators for the Kahuku Red Raiders trying to get something going, and that was, of course, former Rainbow player Walter Santiago, and he's the one that's helping to implement this new Raider offense.
Latuselu taken down at about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards for Latuselu.
For the Seariders, number 53.
Wapaka Meacham coming up to make the play.
As we take a look at here on the replay, we see that Latuselu tries the left-hand side of the line, really tries to bust right through the crease, loses his balance, and falls forward for a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Latuselu trying to follow his blockers around the outside. And once again, he'll get about 3 or 4 yards and pick up 3rd down and about 2 yards to go for first down yardage.
On the ankle tackle you have over there for the Seariders, number 21, Calvin Brown, as we're going to take a look at here on the replay. Latuselu, a pretty strong runner. As we see here, he's going off to the left-hand side. Navahine tries to open up something for him with a block, but then right there making the shoestring tackle is Calvin Brown.
3rd and 3, just a little bit under a minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. They give it to Latuselu, and Waianae waiting for him at the doorstep.
Leading the charge for the Seariders.
The whole middle of the Waianae defense there collapsing on the line, leading the way. Lopaka Meacham once again.
Actually making the biggest push over here as we take a look at it on the replay is actually number 76. We're going to see him coming right through the screen. There he is, number 76, Leah Atuatasi, listed here as a 5'10", 250-pound junior defensive lineman.
Peter Sorono, and number 22, Kaukani Kamai.
Peter Sorono and Kaukani Kamai back to receive the punt here from Orlando Wong.
Timeout, Red Raiders.
And we'll have another timeout being called here by Kahuku. That is their 2nd of the first half. That will leave them with 1. That may come back to haunt Kahuku later on in the second quarter. 43 seconds left to go here in the first.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a little bit early for them to start going for their timeouts. But at the same time, it kind of looks like they're a little bit disoriented. And who would have thought at the beginning of the night that we would be saying this? 12-0 Waianae so far in the first quarter.
Waianae, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, having a tough go of it so far here in the OIA. But they look very impressive here tonight. And,
you know, with what's transpiring here tonight, this may shake up the red conference a whole lot, especially with Kailua picking up only one loss also last week.
Low line drive punt hops out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. That is where Waianae will start off.
The Waianae 26-yard line.
34 seconds left to go here in quarter number one. Waianae with the 12-0 advantage on Kahuku.
The first and 10 for Waianae.
33-yard punt on that last play, and Waianae once again first and 10 from the 26.
Lono Manners, the ball carrier.
Manners with the ball, and he'll twist his way forward for about 2 yards.
Lono Manners tackled by
we see Manners over there, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. It looks like he's going to be one of the workhorses tonight. On the Midas replay, we see him taking the ball, starting off to his left, cutting it back off to his right-hand side, spins off a whole bunch of tacklers over there, and finally picks up about 2 yards.
That last play should also bring us to the end of the first quarter as the game clock ticks down to 0. At the end of one, it's the Waianae Seariders 12, the Kahuku Redraiders 0. And Donald, the first quarter was a story of big plays for Waianae, in particular 66-yard big plays by Waianae.
And as you mentioned a little bit earlier also, Keali'i coming over here via transfer, his father coming in from North Carolina, and we got to witness the double threat of Keali'i because he had that 66-yard pass, then he ran it in for 66 yards. So he is a double threat as a quarterback.
We'll take a timeout here. The score, Waianae 12, Kahuku 0. We'll be back from the Aloha Stadium.
270,000 miles. 495,000 miles.
You want it done real fast with follow-through.
146,000 miles.
Really check your car out. You'll drive away with peace of mind. There is no doubt.
Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy Lube, the change will do you good. Jiffy Lube.
Back to action here at the Aloha Stadium. Blaine Calloway and Donald Boleno from the Aloha Stadium Stars just about ready to get back underway here in the second quarter.
To begin the second quarter, it'll be second down and 8 to go for the Seariders.
Waianae ahead by a couple of touchdowns, 12-0.
Keali'i back
Kahuku on the blitz. Keali'i under pressure, has a man, and this is just a bit short of the intended target.
Keali'i's pass incomplete.
Kalani Anguai downfield, open on the sideline, but Keali'i really couldn't get a whole lot behind that pass as he was flushed out of the pocket.
Almost got caught there behind the line of scrimmage. As we take a look at here on the replay, we're going to see him going off to his right-hand side, and a blocker picks off 2 Kahuku linemen. And before you know it, Keali'i rolls out to his right-hand side and just didn't have enough steam on that pass.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8 situation. Waianae needs to get to the 36-yard line for a first down.
Keali'i back to pass.
Keali'i setting up the screen. This is Sorono carrying the ball. He'll have the first down and more as he scampers across the 45-yard line. And a penalty marker down behind the play at about the 36 where the first down line is. And clipping against Waianae, that will bring everything back. And negate what would have been a Waianae first down.
Good setup. They actually sold that screenplay, and there was nobody over there until Aaron Francisco caught up with the sidelines.
On the offense, still 3rd down.
Waianae now with 40 yards in penalties. If Waianae's really done anything wrong in this game, that would have been it.
For the Seariders, ball at their own
See if they can overcome
25
that last
yard.
clipping penalty. 3rd down and 11. And we have a man moving early here for Waianae. Kelly downfield into the middle. This is complete. Don't forget about that penalty marker, though, as somebody got an early start for Waianae. Gray and Enriquez making the catch, but once again, a penalty marker against Waianae, and that might give them 45 yards of penalties here in the game.
Actually,
Looked like the receiver sitting in the slot moved early for Waianae on that last play.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, but then Kahuku, what amazes me is they're having a hard time reading a lot of these
motion
plays.
on the offense. Replay 3rd down.
And so far tonight, if there's anything you need to also note with the Kahuku Redraiders, their tackling so far has been pretty poor. They've been doing a lot of arm tackling, and first person usually doesn't do it for the Red Raiders.
3rd down and 16. Waianae still needs to get to the 36-yard line. Back on their own 20 now. 3rd down and 16, and we'll probably get Waianae moved up 5 yards now after
Dead ball foul.
Kahuku comes across the line.
On the defense, still 3rd down.
So we go back 5 yards, come back forward 5 yards, brings us back to 3rd down and 11.
Kind of seems like
Donald's going to do the hokey pokey and turn himself about just a little bit here in a moment.
I was just going to say, it's almost like some of those ballroom dancing routines that I've seen at some
Little
of those
shovel pass here across the middle. Breaking tackles is the ball carrier. That is Lono Manners, and he'll be very close to 1st down yardage.
Real heady play by Manners as we see him taking the shovel pass. And as you notice, I mean, like I said, real heady, because he was looking for that 1st down marker, and he needed to get about 11 yards on that play. As we see him taking the shovel pass, and he's going over. What amazes me so far about his running ability is that he's got that second effort, and imagine that's what got him into the end zone the first time around, is that second effort.
Manners with a couple extra mannerisms there to get him across the 1st down line. See what looks to be a reverse trying to be developed here. So Sean Bebo making things happen. He's just kind of taking his time and just dissecting the Kahuku defense.
On the stop for the Red Raiders.
Actually, the Red Raiders right now is kind of helping them out with a lot of poor tackling, and we're going to take a look at here on the replay. This should have been caught for a loss. This was a real slow developing reverse play, and as we see here, fakes out the defender, number 18, going down over there. You have an arm tackle around the shoulder pads, which isn't going to do it. Take another angle over here before you know it. Finally, I mean, with a little bit of weight behind him, number 90 for the Red Raiders here, and that is Soape Lautaha, finally bringing down the receiver.
Sorono dashing through the middle, and now you see the stable of running backs being showcased now by the Waianae coaching staff. Sorono coming in to give Manners a breather, and Sorono just starting through the line.
We're going to see it here on the replay. You see that Sorono takes the ball, goes right up the middle, and they change it up on you. They'll play the power game on you. They've got some of those big running backs, and they'll give it to Sorono, who's a real slasher. And so they're really changing it up, going middle, outside, and even passing over the top.
Kelly with the give, and they'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage on that 2nd down play by Manners.
Foul for the Red Raiders, number 98, Tavita Kimoe-Atu. Manners held to no gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Seariders.
Manners being stopped there by Kahuku's Tavita Kimoe-Atu. And it's the Kahuku defense is turn to have been out of the field for a little while here. Waianae starting to mount some time on the time of possession clock. Kahuku showing blitz, and they do.
Here's Sorono, the ball carrier.
And Sorono once again close to 1st down yardage. See where they mark
Leading the way
it.
for the Red Raiders,
They
number
needed to get to
88.
about the 39-yard line, and he'll be very close. We might see the chains come out here. And no, they're going to mark it 4th down.
You called it though, Blaine. They needed to put some pressure up on the middle, so they show blitz. They come right up the middle. They try to go on the outside, Waianae that is, and Serono just falls short of that first down. And this is the first time we're going to see the Waianae Seariders punting the ball away.
Punt formation for the
Brian Lave going back to punt the ball away.
Seariders, number 50, Brian Lave.
Aaron Francisco back to receive the punt, and penalty coming down as the play clock
Dead ball
expires.
Fall. Delay the game on the offense.
And I guess what Waianae tried to do was maybe draw Kahuku offsides. There were a lot of shifting around over there, and before you know it, time ran out on the Seariders, and they put him back 5 yards.
24, Aaron Francisco.
This is a fake punt and incomplete pass. Kahuku Adviento, the intended target, pass just a little bit low as they tried to fire one out quickly. And you kind of have to wonder in that situation if maybe they were planning to go for the fake, being on that position of the field. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for Waianae.
My question right now is why in that situation? We're going to take a look at here on the replay. You see Serono takes the direct snap, and he throws off to his right-hand side, and it falls short. And the thing about it is maybe that it would have worked with that 1 yard that they were going for, but then they were going for 6 yards on that play.
That penalty changed the whole scenario. Kalawatu Selu, nothing doing there.
Making an explosive blow right through the line over there was number 45, Keaka Kamai, listed here at 5'10", 200 pounds. You're going to take a look at here on the replay. On the right-hand side of the Kahuku line, you see that it just totally collapses. You see a lineman being blown back by Kamai, and he really disrupts that play, and it was there for a 2-3 yard loss.
Make it a 4 yard loss in that last play. Funaki to pass along the side, and this is incomplete. Last pass intended for Adam Kammerer, number 3.
Ball just a little bit too wide on that play. Funaki had the good idea. I mean, he was open out in the flats. And
brings up a 3rd and 14.
If I'm not mistaken right now, Blaine, passing game might have a little bit of turn of the tide here because we have a little bit of this halava mist coming down.
Just going to say the evening skies have opened up on us here at the Aloha Stadium. 6:50 left to play here in the second quarter. Funaki to pass, and Funaki trying to get away from the sack. He just launches one downfield. There's Brown again, and Brown has the interception. This is his second of the game. Calvin Brown looking to bring it back to the 40-yard line. 2 penalties in on this play. We might have a clipping going against the Waianae defense and maybe a face mask as well. See what the 2 different penalties are.
We have all kind of dirty laundry flown back, but regardless, of course, Waianae is going to have the ball back. Second interception tonight for Calvin Brown. Real acrobatic one, too, at that. Imagine the receiver was about 2 yards behind him, but he times his jump right at the top of the ball, and before you know it, makes an acrobatic grab, gets the ball back for Waianae.
Brown looking like my favorite baseball center fielder, Andrew Jones, back there, robbing a home run from the wall. Just timing his jump to go up for his second interception of the game. But a penalty marker will bring it back,
After
but it's still the Waianae ball.
We have a clip on the return team. That foul is declined. We have a block below the waist. Also on the return team, that foul is enforced.
So both penalties here going against the Seariders.
As we take a look at here on the replay, again, we see that Funaki runs into a little bit of trouble. Number 76 really gives him some problems, Lia Atuatasi. And before you know it, duck coming down the field. Calvin Brown, like I said, 2 yards in back of him.
And on the ensuing play, a big play once again by Waianae. Brian Enriquez coming down with the pass from Kale Lee. That's good for about 25 yards and a first down.
And we were just talking about the double threat of Kale Lee. He does it with his legs, and this time around he does it with his arm. We're going to take a look at here on the replay. Kale Lee, we see the ball already launched from Kale Lee's arms, and making a beautiful grab over there was number 83, Grain Enriquez, listed here at 5'8", 155 pounds.
Malu Fowl putting a big lick on Enriquez, who held on to the ball for the reception. Sorono taken down after he gets triple teamed by Kahuku after a gain of about 3 yards.
Making the initial stop for the Red Raiders.
Making the initial stop there for the Red Raiders, you have number 53, Jared Ava, listed here at 5'10", 188 pounds as a junior. We'll take a look at here on the replay. Sorono tries to take it out to the outside, going off to the right-hand side of the line, and before you know it, he tries to cut back inside, and actually making the initial stop was number 1, Waika Abraham, listed here at 5'8", 150 pounds.
Misdirection play. This is Manners with the ball. Manners with room along the sideline. Manners out of bounds at the 15.
So far, the story of the game so far for the Waianae Seariders are big plays, and more big plays. We'll take a look at here on the replay. We see that Manners takes the ball, covers the ball real nice, going right through the line, bounces it off to his left-hand side, cuts right back inside, and before you know it, he's out for a 25-yard gain before he's finally tripped up by number 24, and that is Aaron Francisco.
And you can say Lono Manners has had no manners here tonight. He's been rather rude to the Kahuku defense. And I'm sure Coach Leotaka has no qualms about that so far here tonight. They lead 12-0. Penalty marker on the play. This time it's the Kahuku defense getting back at Manners. Manners stopped just around the line of scrimmage, and penalty against Waianae.
Making the initial stop over there for the Red Raiders, you have number 41. That is Fulutusi Milo, listed here as a linebacker, 6'1", 210 pounds.
50 yards in penalties now going against the Waianae Seariders.
On the offense, replay first down.
And like you said, the only one that's actually been stopping the Waianae Seariders, or at least stalling them, have been themselves.
Now under 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Kale Lee fires one. This is tipped in the air, and this is intercepted.
Dangerous pass there by Kale Lee. Finally intercepted there by number 18.
Jacob Malufao with the interception off the deflection.
Take a look at here on the replay. Kale Lee rolls off to his right-hand side. Throws right up across his body, and in fact behind the receiver, gets tipped up, and that is bad news usually when it gets tipped up that high. And before you know it, sure enough, gets intercepted there by Malufao. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the Red Raiders can put together a drive.
Loose ball on the turf. Players are wrestling for it, and it sounds like Waianae has the football. Their fans think they do, and they do. Never argue with the fans. And wait a minute. The referee's discussing what happened on the field, and now squads from both teams coming back out, and the cheer erupts from the Waianae sidelines as they regain possession of the football.
As we see Coach Ta'aka.
Kind of a heart stopper there for Coach Ta'aka.
We take here a look at here on the replay, see what happens, and really gets kicked around over there, and you really can't see what happens under that pile. But real unfortunate. There we go. We finally see the Waianae player pouncing on the ball.
Looked like Jacob Galariata kind of slipped in under the scrum to fall on the football after got kicked around. Credit Galariata with the fumble recovery as Lono Manners gets stopped after a gain of about 1. Galariata has had a whale of a game so far for Waianae defensively. See if your offense can capitalize on this turnover.
Take a look at here on the replay. We see that Manners takes the ball off on the counter play, gets blown in the backfield over there. Can't get that number. That looks like number 98, Tevita Kimoyatu, listed here at 6'2", 220 pounds.
Sorono doing his whirling dervish impersonation, trying to get down to the goal line. Penalty marker on the play appears to be going against the Red Raiders. Kelly, they're discussing the call with the referee. Depending on the penalty, it'll probably be half the distance to the goal and maybe a first down for Waianae. Close to Aki Levi. Anticipating the call on the other sideline to move the ball down to about the 3.
Actually, a real frustrating night so far for the Red Raiders. They've had a lot of turnovers. And like I said, who would have thought?
Half the distance to the goal, replay second down.
Sorry about that. Who would have thought right now it'd be 12-0 and potentially they could go in for another score right here.
Ball at the goal.
The down and yardage situation is second down and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Waianae trying to power their way into the end zone for the 3rd time this evening. Both teams stacking the line. Handoff, trying to break to the outside is Manners, and he is met rather rudely by the Kahuku defense.
Making the stop over there was number 94, Stephen Kumai, listed here as a defensive end, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's a junior. We take a look at here on the All-Sport replay. One of the few times that the Kahuku Redraiders has actually penetrated the line of the Waianae Seariders, and we saw that Manners lost about 5 yards on that play.
3rd down and goal to go from the 8. No receivers set up in the formation. See if they send out the running backs. They will on play action. Kelly keeps it. Kelly down to the 5 and no further.
That's going to be real interesting to see what the call is going to be over here. And of course, as soon as we mention that, Waianae takes a timeout to discuss their strategy for their 4th down play. If you take a look at here on the All-Sport replay, Keali'i actually was looking for someone in the end zone. Good coverage play over there by the Kahuku defense. And before you know it, he only gets down to the 5-yard line.
It would be a 23-yard field goal attempt by the Waianae Seariders, but Donald, as we talked about earlier, the OIA not exactly known for their place kickers.
Exactly, and if I'm not mistaken, the place kicker is going to be the running back, number 32, Lono Manners.
So for the end zone or for the field goal, we'll find out after this short timeout here at the stadium. 12-0 is the score, Waianae on top.
Say hello to goodbyes. Say hello to Price Busters. Say hello to service. Say hello to people who care. Say hello to quality at a lower price than anywhere. Say hello, hello to goodbyes. Everything that fit your life. Say hello to goodbyes. Say hello to Price Busters.
2:46 left to go here in the second quarter. 12-0 the score. Waianae with the advantage. Blaine Calloway and Donald Boleno here at the Aloha Stadium.
And it kind of looks like that they don't have any confidence in that kicking game, and they're going to go for it on 4th down.
2 receivers out to the far side of the field. Sorono and Manners, the 2 back behind Keali'i. Play action, looking for Manners. Touchdown, Peter Sorono.
Sam Keali'i's pass. Complete to number 14, Peter Sorono.
Good play to Sorono out to the right-hand side. Rolling out, naked bootleg starting off to the left, going back to the right. Before you know it, Sorono's wide open off to the right-hand side of the end zone.
That little email from Keali'i to Sorono, good from 5 yards out for the touchdown. And Keali'i and crew once again to go for 2. Manners the back along with Sorono, who's shifted off to the other side. Sorono looking for the goal line, and he'll get in. 2-point conversion is good. Sorono putting up 8 points on that drive.
Number 14, Peter Sorono, goes over for the 2-point conversion.
Take a look at here on the replay.
2:40 left in the first half.
2-point conversion, and Keali'i, nothing fancy. Sorono just picks his spot. Before you know it, drives his legs forward, and before you know it, you have 2 points extra. That is 20-0. And who would have thought the boys from Laie would be getting kicked around over here in the first half?
Sorono, that two-point conversion, doing a good job of bouncing off the tackle, being applied by Fulutusi Milo. Milo hit him square. Sorono used that momentum to get across the goal line. And we'll see the play action here.
We see the play action off to the left-hand side starting out, and before you know it, nobody keeps track of Sorono, and he's wide open off to the right-hand side of the end zone.
And Donald, the one thing I like that Kelly did on that touchdown pass, he did not have to zing it in there, didn't have to just put a whole lot of muscle on it. He was smart, just put a little touch on the pass just to get it to receiver. Nice and soft for the touchdown. That's what you like to see from your quarterback. That's like when to zip it in and when to use your touch.
Kicking off for the Seariders.
This is Wong from his own 5. Wong picking his way through. We said it was electric, and he is hurtling across his way. Wong cuts it back, and he's got room to go. Wong maybe running out of gas a little bit as he expended so much energy just coming through the special teams of Waianae. But what a return into Waianae territory at the Waianae 43.
It kind of looks like he ran about 150 yards right there just to get about 35, 40 yards. As we take a look at here on the replay, we see Wong picking out his spots, starting off to the right-hand side. All of a sudden, he doesn't see anything to his right-hand side, starts making his way back to his left, goes right, starts going out left again, and before you know it, he has a lot of real estate over there, and it kind of looks like he runs out of gas over here, and there's no one to really outrun but the linebacker over there, number 24 and number 30 for the Seariders.
We have a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on the return team. The player's ejected.
Boy, and a big penalty there against Kahuku after the play. A player getting charged for unsportsmanlike conduct, and he is ejected from the game. But going back, well, let's not let that taint that run by Wong. I mean, that was amazing. I wish some of the football players in my video games would break that many tackles.
I know, but then real unfortunate, after you get something positive like that going, all of a sudden you shoot yourself in the foot by and that just shows a lot of frustration on the side of the Red Raiders right now, because I'm sure they really didn't expect to be in this position, being down 20-0 just before the half.
I'll tell you what, Donald, I've seen a lot of football here at the Lowe Stadium the last few years, ever since you've been in the Lowe Stadium Stars program, and I don't think I've seen a more electrifying 48-yard kickoff return aside from that one by Wong.
And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, just to get that 38 yards, he almost had to go 150 yards going back and forth on that field.
Trips to the far side of the field. Funaki looking that way on first down, has a man. This is complete. And penalty marker down on the play. We might have clipping along the offensive line in the backfield. Defensive lineman Siopo Malu cheering.
That penalty was almost telegraphed to us, because right here, right in front of us, there was we got a holding call. Number 93 was just pinned. It was like WWF WrestleMania down there.
So the penalty bug now catching up to the Kahuku Redraiders with consecutive penalties. And they already trail 20-0 here in this ball game.
Holding on the offense, replay first down.
And what makes that even a tougher call, as we take a look at the play, and we see Funaki fighting his receiver off or not though on this play, what makes it rough on that holding play is it's from the spot of the foul, so it's not only 10 yards.
Boy, what a blow delivered there by Leah Atuatasi. Kahuku setting up a little swing pass, trying to set up a little wide receiver screen. Tilisione Sini holding up the receiver, and following up the big boom was Atuatasi.
Emotions look like they're running real high right now on the Kahuku side, and it looks like another player is going to get ejected.
And that could really do some damage to the Kahuku Red Raiders should they have another starter get ejected.
And the only reason why I mentioned ejection is because I saw the signal.
Well, we will have a personal foul penalty. 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, and things really starting to unravel now for the Red Raiders. This penalty will back Kahuku up to the 15-yard line. Here's the call.
We have a live ball foul, personal foul on the offense. It will remain first down.
After the
No
penalty,
ejection
second
signal
and
on that
20
play,
for
so
the Red Raiders.
the player will remain in the game.
We have now first and Laie for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
And they're moving the ball back now. Let's see what this
We
call
also
is.
have a dead ball foul, personal foul, late hit on the defense. Still first down.
So both penalties being assessed on the play. That moves the ball to the Kahuku 30 with a little under 2 minutes to go.
30-yard line.
Kahuku just one timeout left, trailing by 20. This pass is complete, and another solid hit being laid out by the Waianae secondary. Tilisione Sini with the shot.
Naki's pass complete to number 20, Orlando Wall.
Take a look at here on the Jiffy Lube replay over here. We see an out pattern going off to the right-hand side by Funaki. But take a look at this hit right here by number 23, Nui Kikahuna.
And another interception, this time by one of the linebackers. Kevin Smith with the pick. And Waianae now with a chance to get another touchdown before the end of the half. They'll have 1:18 to play with.
And at the beginning of the game, just when we were talking about the frustrations of the Waianae Seariders, they look like a totally different team tonight as they're really rattling the Kahuku Red Raiders. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Coach Levi has to make with his Raiders. Take a look at here on the replay one more time. Funaki goes back to pass, rolls off to his left-hand side, really doesn't see the linebacker over there. He's trying to go over the zone coverage, and before you know it, number 59, Kevin Smith, listed here at 5'10", 185 pounds, picks up the interception, gives the ball back to the Sea Riders. They have about 1:18 left, and they still have time to score.
Waianae also has one timeout left in the half. Kelly to pass, looking deep for his man, and this is complete. Touchdown, Waianae, Peter Serrano.
And the wheels are starting to fall off on the Kahuku Red Raiders right now. Burned on that play was number 24, that is Aaron Francisco. And who would have thought, again, here it is, 26-0, Waianae over Kahuku. As we see over here on the replay, you see Keali'i, nice ball. As I mentioned, he's a double threat. He can get you down with his legs, and there he goes. He kills you with his arms. Serrano's right over there, doesn't break stride, and before you know it, he's back into the end zone for another score.
Extra point conversion is up and through the uprights. That kick is good from Kalani Angawai. And it is suddenly a 27-0 ball game. One passing play for 45 yards from Keali'i to Serrano has extended the Sea Riders lead to 27-0.
Like I said, Blaine, who would have thought that we'd be standing here tonight, I mean, seeing all the statistics, everything on paper and so forth, that we'd see here. Real nice size for a quarterback. He's listed here at 6'3", 190 pounds. He has real good legs, nice speed to go to the outside to run the option, and at the same time, he has a heck of an arm to get it down over there.
Keali'i now 4 of 6 passing for 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. What a night for Keali'i so far.
Ball goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Manners' kick goes into the end zone for the touchback. Kahuku starting off from their own 20, now trailing 27-0. And if you're Coach Levi, they just burn out the clock and try to regroup for the second half.
There's a lot of ways you can look at this. Coach Levi might want to go into the locker room, try to regroup, but at the same time, he doesn't want to stop everything right over here because he needs to build some kind of momentum for the second half.
Red Raiders down by 4 touchdowns. Draw. Kala Latuselu being taken down by Siota Malu.
Latuselu tackled from behind by Waianae's number 33, Ryan
They're trying to run a little bit of a hurry-up offense over here, and we're going to take a look at it here on the replay. Funaki hands off the ball, and before you know it, Sealatu gets nailed from right behind by Siota Malu, listed here at 6'3", 240 pounds. And right now, you could just see the demeanor of the Waianae Seariders. They have a lot of fire, and they're just flying around to the ball.
Funaki with the ball.
Funaki under pressure. Has a man on the sideline. That is complete, and that will also stop the clock with 36 seconds left to go. Now they're saying incomplete.
Funaki's pass incomplete. Pass intended for number 82.
Kolo Rathburn, the intended target, and Rathburn was apparently out of bounds, and he hauled in that last pass from Funaki. Now bring up 3rd down and 5. Interesting play here. If Kahuku does not get a 1st down, they may have to punt this ball away. Waianae does have a timeout to stop the clock. So almost imperative that Kahuku gets at least 5 yards to the 30-yard line here on 3rd down.
Funaki back to pass.
Funaki has it, man. This is complete. They'll have the 1st down yardage and just a bit more. And a late penalty marker. This will be for a late hit on the receiver, Roland Topola.
Yeah, that was real obvious. The emotions are kind of running real high, but the Waianae Seariders have to keep themselves together. On the late hit over there, you're going to see it, number 34, Kuwane Adviento.
Should be a 15-yard penalty. They'll move the ball up to about midfield. And they'll place it on the Waianae side of the field at the 48. 29 seconds left to play.
Foul, personal foul on the defense. 1st down.
Kahuku, if they can run a couple more passing plays together, maybe can take a couple shots at the end
We're
zone.
going to take a look at here at the 1st down reception. And we can see right there, he's clearly out of bounds and he gets nailed.
Funaki zips it downfield, intended for Topola once again.
We have a late flag, and it looks like a good
on
play.
Coverage.
Yeah, we have a late flag, and it looks like a good call. We're going to have, looks like pass interference on that one. It's going to be an automatic 1st down.
Ayala got there just a little bit early. Funaki has done a good job tonight of eluding the pass rush.
I'm real surprised. As a sophomore, he's got a real strong arm.
You can see why he's a starting quarterback.
On the defense, automatic 1st down.
As a sophomore, as you mentioned, not only a strong arm, but good elusiveness. He's pulled out a couple of magician-like moves so far here tonight, and Waianae will burn a timeout. That stops the clock with 20 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Kahuku trying to scratch back and put 1 up on the scoreboard before we reach halftime. They trail 27-0.
And we take a look at the sidelines over here. We have the Kahuku cheerleaders trying to keep up the spirits of those fans from Laie, and at the same time, we have a little bit happier scene over here on the Waianae sideline. We see the Waianae cheerleaders keeping up the spirits of the Leeward Coast.
The interesting part about this 1st half, Donald, is that Kahuku has been able to move the ball up and down the field, but 3 turnovers so far against Kahuku have really hurt them and really given Waianae the opportunity to score from close in.
Yeah, we took a look over there on the monitor. You saw that the Kahuku offense was huddled around their offensive coordinator, former Rainbow again, Walter Santiago. He helped to bring along the spread, and they're doing all kind of multiple formations. As you mentioned, they are moving the ball quite well. It's just that they've killed themselves with turnovers tonight.
And the snap goes through Funaki's hands. He'll just lob it back for his receiver who needs to get out of bounds. And there you see walking the tightrope there is Olevao. Olevao doing a good job of sticking to the sideline and just pick up as much yardage as he can. Stop the clock with 10 seconds left to go, and he'll get to about the 20, maybe the 28.
Now, we have a bobbled snap over here by Funaki. The one real good thing that Olivao actually does on this play that we don't see, he comes back to help out his quarterback. And he does his best to pick up as much yardage, and at the same time, he's very aware about being close to the sideline and stepping out so that he can keep some time for the Kahuku offense.
Give Olivao forward progress to the 24. 10 seconds to go. Kahuku needs to think end zone here. Funaki waiting, has a man on a post pattern. This is complete. Kahuku maybe looking to call a timeout, and they do at the 4-yard line. Polo hauling in the pass from Funaki. And what do you do here if you are Coach Levi? Do you take a shot at the end zone with 3 seconds left? Do you go for the field goal?
I think it's inevitable. They're going to be going for it. And we see Funaki again for a sophomore. He's got a real strong arm. Slings it right down the middle over there with double coverage. Gets it down to his receiver. And as we take a look over here, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of magical play Coach Santiago has for this Kahuku offense.
Ayala and Brown converging on the coverage to keep Tupola out of the end zone. But Kahuku now on the 3-yard line trying to mount that 1-minute drive.
As we see the passion down there over there by Coach Santiago, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be the toughest 3 yards I think that the Kahuku Red Raiders are going to see tonight.
And if you're Kahuku, do you run maybe some kind of a quick slant pattern to a slot back maybe on this type of play?
Or do you run an option? Because they've been running the option real nicely also.
So the option play may be another possibility. They'll put receivers up to the far side of the field. Wong in motion. Funaki's pass. Touchdown, Kahuku! They threw it to the weak side on that play, and that is where Adam Camber came in on just a little up and in pattern, and he'll score the touchdown from 3 yards out.
And as we look from across the booth, Laie wakes up tonight. Okay, this is what they've been waiting for all night, and I'm sure that this is going to be something that is going to be real important to take with them into the locker room, and of course come back out in the second half to work with.
Simon Lee now for the all-important extra point. Lee very calm out there. He boots it through the uprights. They'll bring us to the conclusion of the first half, but what a first half it has been. 34 points put up on the scoreboard, 27 by Waianae. That late touchdown there by Kahuku draws them to within 20. Donald, we're in for some fireworks coming up in the second half.
Well, emotions are going to be running real high because I'm sure Kahuku didn't expect to be in this position. But at the same time, Waianae is on a real high. They've been struggling all season long, and they've done a lot of positive things so far this first half.
So for Donald Boleno, I'm Blaine Calloway. Stay tuned for more second half action from the Aloha Stadium Stars. We'll be back after halftime.
And welcome back to Aloha Stadium. We're undergoing the kickoff for the second half, where Waianae is up by a score of 27-7. And number 20 for Waianae has the ball. He breaks it out. Almost broke a tackle.
Chad Blue tripped up by Kahuku's number 17, Simon Lee.
That is for number Waianae. Chad Blue returned that ball, got it close to midfield, where it'll be 1st and 10
Chad Blue
for
ran that
Waianae
kickoff,
Seariders.
33
ball
yards.
spotted at about the 41-yard line.
1st and 10 for Waianae, ball at their own 41-yard line. Lono Manners, the ball carrier.
That ball is handed off to Lono Manners. He gets out to about the 45-yard line. Picks up about 4 yards. Well, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 to go for Waianae.
Take another look at
ball
it
at
here.
their own 45-yard line.
As Kahuku now being much more aggressive up front, shooting the gaps, looking to go ahead and put a little capper on that Waianae running attack, which has been running wild all night long so far.
Keali hands it off to Serrano. Serrano breaks off tackle to the outside. He's free. He gets past the 35, down inside the 30 to about the 29 or the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Waianae Seariders.
Driving him out of bounds for the Red Raiders, number 28, Joshua Sarsona.
Serrano on this play, good heads-up running. You see he
Serrano
keeps his head
got
up,
that
looking
ball
around,
for
sees what his
27
defenders
yards and a
are.
first
Nice
down.
stiff arm to run out of the tackle and pick up
Be 1st
additional
and 10 for
yardage.
Waianae, ball at
Very
the
important to know how to finish a
28-yard
play
line.
as well as how to start it.
First and 10 for Waianae. The ball is handed
Moto
up the
Manners, the
middle.
ball carrier.
And that ball was, the carrier was number 32. That's Manners. He doesn't get much yardage
Mining on
over
the
there.
stop
No
for
gain,
the Red
possibly
Raiders,
a
number
yard at
41,
best.
Tusi Milo. And number 55.
DJ Nawahine
David
and company
O'Neill.
coming up to meet this young man here, along with help from number 55, David
No gain on that
Deal,
last play. It'll be
the
second
defensive
and
end,
10
6
for
feet,
the
195, a
Seariders.
senior.
Will be
Ball
second
at
and
the
10 for the
Kahuku
Waianae
28-yard line.
Seariders. The ball marked at the 28-yard line of Kahuku. Two-back set. Ball is faked to
Kelly back to
Serrano.
pass.
And Cal Lee gets the ball off. He completes his pass. And that ball is
Kelly's pass
taken by number
complete to
85 of Waianae.
number
That was
85,
Kalani
Kalani
Angwai, a
Angwai.
6 foot, 200-pound senior.
Pass play covered 5 yards.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of
Third
All
and 5
Sport,
to
the
go
body
for the Sea
quencher.
Riders. Ball at the Red Raider 23-yard line.
Keali'i just looping this one out, and a nice drag pattern by Angwai on the play. As covering there on the defense was Leonard Peters, the multi-year defensive back, 6'1", 195, a senior. He's been around since his sophomore season.
Gali out of the shotgun, hands it off to Serrano. Serrano breaks off tackle, nearly gets horse-collared and breaks it up for another 2 or 3 yards. Finally brought down by number 41 for Kahuku, and that is
Peter Serrano stopped by.
Fulutusi Milo.
Take another look, the body quencher, All Sport, to show you it again. As this time they come back with their slippery runner, Serrano. But this time, the Kahuku defense, much more active up front, comes in and horse collars him to the ground.
Got a split back formation, wide receiver to the right side, man in motion from the left. Kali'i. And that he is thrown for a loss. There were a host of tacklers, one of them number 59 for Kahuku. That is Tama Sialata. And then Tusi Milo also.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of All Sport. Much more activity coming up front on the Kahuku Red Raiders. You can see how they're flowing to the ball and attacking and bringing down Keali'i that time.
So now Kahuku has it first and 10 at the 21, 22-yard line. And the ball is pitched out to the left side. And Uli Val takes a pitch, gets up to about the 29-yard line.
Olival doing something very important there, maintaining the pitch relationship to his quarterback. Something that was rather difficult for Keali'i to do on the previous Waianae drive just a moment ago, earlier in the ball game. Coach Leo Ta'aka, and there you see the young man down for Kahuku on the Waianae sideline being attended to. Take another look at it here on our Metahuni Water Company replay. You see the nice pitch relationship there for Olivao. And there, of course, the collision, and the young man going down there, of course, is number 21, Kurt Fanoi Moana. Defensive back, 5'10", 150, a junior. There you see the line score of the ball game. Waianae opening up with a 12-0 outburst, then going on a 15-0 tear until Kahuku finally answered it late in the second quarter with the touchdown and the extra point, and that's what we are right now, 27-7. A surprising score. Everybody figured it would be the other way around, but Waianae, with their tradition and with their consistency and their coaching staff and their administration over the years, all of that proving to be advantageous for the young men tonight.
And now what we're going to do while we still have this injury timeout, we didn't have I believe we went to a break.
And, of course, you're watching this on Stadium Stars Television Sports. High school sporting events tapes for sale. Wondering what to get that relative or that hard to shop for person or friend on your shopping list with Christmas coming up. And, hey, Christmas going to be here pretty soon, gang. It's almost the end of September and October coming up. And, hey, before you know it, Christmas will be here. So, hey, get your shopping done early. And there you see the player coming off the field. It is number 81, Hafoka. Sosia Hafoka, the wide receiver, 5'8", 155, a junior, is the young man identified as the injured player.
Kahuku has the ball at their own 28. Ball's handed off to Nawahine. He doesn't get much running room. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, possibly picks up a yard or so, where it will be third down and about 1.5, call it one.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of Mountain Dew. Just a simple basic handoff, good line surge up there.
There's a man in motion to the left. The ball's handed off. And there's a fumble on the play. Everybody's a mad scramble. Let's see who gets it. Looks like Kahuku recovered that ball. Number 73 for Kahuku recovered that fumble. That is Jordan Yost, a 6'3", 308-pound senior. Very alert play by such a big man to pick up that loose ball.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of Mountain Dew. See everybody lunging for the ball, and Yost just in the good position with the angle, gets on top of it.
Have a trips right formation. Funaki with the ball, gets it off to his receiver, and he had it, it hit his hands, and he lost it.
Rare miscue there by the very explosive Orlando Wong.
Pass intended for number 20, Orlando Wong. Ball at their own 37 yard.
So we have a trips right formation again. Funaki gets the snap. And he is sacked. Sacked by number 53 for... Excuse me, is that number... Yeah, that is number 53 for Waianae. And that is... Lopaka Meekum. Yeah, Lopaka Meekum.
Check the all-sport replay here. Funaki. And really, this sack made possible by the fact that he had nobody open. That came courtesy of the Waianae defensive backfield. Had all those Red Raider receivers covered, and Funaki with nobody to go to.
We're still running out of trips right formation. Funaki gets away from one would-be tackler, puts it up, and he's got his man. He has got his man past midfield, close to the 30-yard line.
And Orlando Wong
is
slipping through the defense of the Waianae Seariders, as on the play there was Huahini Aviento. As you see the preliminary the preliminary penalty call, I should say. Aviento, by the way, covering on the play there to help bring down Wong. Abiento, 5'7", 160, a senior. And Wong, for the most part, kept in check, and now limping off the sidelines. The big play receiver.
Douglas Awana and his crew are having a night there with the yellow handkerchiefs, hankies. There's been a lot flying around tonight. The first half we saw of Rashid, and here you see the replay again.
Speaking of flying around, you see the experience of Orlando Wong finding the seam on that one, but the penalty instead sets the Red Raiders back.
And Funaki hands his ball off, and that is Nawahine. He gets about 5 yards in the carry, maybe 6, but there is long ways to go. They're running the ball. They're going to have to put it up here shortly.
Not much for them to pick up on 3rd and 37 from the 10-yard line here. Waianae just basically protecting back, and Nawahine not a very speedy threat to break out of there. Waianae just giving him some cushion, saying, here, we'll give you a couple of yards and then pull you down, and it's 4th down now.
And they are putting it up shortly. However, in a punt formation, the punters, we see another flag. That ball gets out to beyond the 50, inside the 45-yard line of Waianae, but this may all come back. And it's against Kahuku, so we'll await the word from the official.
It's just a matter of whether it's post or pre-possession. As the situation now is a 4th and 36 with the ball spotted at the 11 currently.
And Waianae decided to take that penalty. So Waianae accepts the penalty. It's a long ways to go. The ball is kicked. It's punted. On the row, it carries inside the 50 up. Kahuku picks that ball up. I can't believe it. Number 6 for Kahuku. That was a fumble. Gene Alma, is that a score? Yes, it is. A very alert play by Gene Alma of Kahuku to pick up that ball that was touched by a Waianae player.
And there's going to be a penalty on this play.
I don't believe this. We got a flag again. We've seen a rash of these tonight.
This may work in Waianae's favor as Keaka Kamai and company down there to cover the punt. And in that situation, the ball bouncing around, hitting the foot of one of the Waianae players, and a very alert play by the young man.
And we can see that the official was pointing in the Kahuku direction, so the penalty is against Kahuku. However, that might be after the fumble was recovered.
There is no flag on the play. We have first touching by the kicking team at this spot, and then a change of possession. The receiving team will take the ball at the spot of first touching. First down.
So Waianae has possession of the ball. They say that it was a Kahuku player that touched the ball first illegally. So Waianae has a 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Kahuku. Kealiki hands it off. And tackled in the backfield for Waianae is number 20, Chad Blue. Nothing doing that time. Big loss of about 6 yards.
Very slow developing play. Check out the Jiffy Lube replay as Chad Blue trying to slip away from the Kahuku Redraiders, and instead the slow developing sweep play just not there for them.
That was like an end around. But we're going to have it now. 2nd down and a long ways to go, about 19 for Waianae. Looks like the blitz is on. And Keali'i is sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
Gamble by the Kahuku defense here, bringing just about everybody and just covering one-on-one downfield. Keali'i that time was spinning around, looking around, but by that time he saw nothing but Kahuku white shirts in his backfield, couldn't do anything but go down. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 19 ball at the 48 of the Seariders.
Keali'i is back. He evades one rush, would-be tackler, dumps the ball off to number 32 for Waianae, and that is Lono Manners. He gets some of that yardage back, but it's still going to be a ways to go for the 1st down. Leonard Peters made the tackle on that play. You're going to see it right here.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of Taniokas. There's Keali'i. Good alert vision this young man has. Can almost find people seemingly out of the side of his vision, side of his head there. And Brian Lave going to boot it away on the 4th and 6 from the 39.
Punting the ball is Lave. The ball is up. And that gets out at about the 2-yard line. Good placement. The left sideline. So Lave gets a net of 37 yards on that punt, and that's what you want to look for, is the net, not just the total gross distance. More important, here you have 3:30 left in the third quarter. Of course, the score, Waianae 27 and Kahuku 7. There's been no scoring so far in this second half.
Interestingly enough, though, you saw there 11 first downs for Kahuku, 8 for Waianae, but that's because, of course, the Seariders have managed to make the big plays, and so far tonight, Kahuku has been kept in check. So with 3:30 remaining in the third period, Waianae leading 27-7. You're watching OA football on the Stadium Stars Television Sports Network.
And, you know, talking...
Feel like a winner with Dietrich Insurance. Save big on auto and homeowners coverage with service you trust from a local company committed to Hawaii. For your free Dietrich auto insurance quote, call 949-2-WIN or your Dietrich agent. Save up to hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Don't wait. Free quote, no obligation. Auto and homeowners insurance for Hawaii. Call 949-2-WIN. Dietrich Insurance. Winning customers one by one.
Okay, welcome back to Aloha Stadium. Actually, we have never left. And we got a 2nd and 7 situation. The Red Raiders have the ball at about the 6-yard line. We got a lot of green in front of them. Funaki hands that ball. And it's a safety. And you usually don't see this. Usually when you see safeties, it's the quarterback. But number 92 for Waianae, number 92, Kamu Westbrook, tackled the running back in the end zone for a safety. So we've seen everything but a field goal tonight. We've seen a 2-point conversion. We've seen a rash of touchdowns. We've seen interception. We haven't seen too many fumbles. But nonetheless, Kahuku is very disappointed. Backs to the wall and 2 points given up. Waianae is going to get the ball back. The score now is 29-7 with 2:48 remaining in the third quarter. And there you see it there. Like it was pointed out earlier, Kahuku has the edges in first downs, 11-8, but not on the scoreboard. Well, after a frantic first half and a lot of scoring by Waianae, seems like both of these teams have settled down defensively in the second half. We have nearly an entire quarter without any scores. And that wasn't the case in the first half. And Kahuku, you know, players as they are, did score in a very late drive to end the first half. So they actually had the last score of this game. But now we see the kick, and they didn't punt this one, they kicked it off the tee, and that ball is taken by Serrano, he's spinning up midfield, gets by 2 tacklers, he's got some blockers, he breaks the right side, and he's going to score unless he can be, beautiful defensive play that ball. Okay, they say the ball crossed the plane, and it's a touchdown by Serrano. The ball crossed the plane, and this is a very close one. We want to take a look at this.
Take another look at it here. Serrano has been the big play man all night long, coming up with key runs, key returns. Disappears there, pops out here. just good vision by the young man. Keeps his head up. This is what you need to do. If you got your head down, you don't know where you're running to. And right there, he busts the pylon, and anytime you bust that pylon, that's a touchdown, folks.
And Leonard Peters made a valiant effort to streaking across the field to try to stop that score, but a little too late. He had the right angle, but just not enough closing of distance. So Serrano scores his 3rd touchdown of the evening. He's had a 45-yard touchdown catch, a 5-yard touchdown catch, and now this return. So there you have it. Not much time ticked off since we last pointed it out. You have the score now is 36-7. Both teams have all their timeouts left. So talking about no scoring in this half, and then sure enough, just as I say it, shortly after, the score.
It's got to make you wonder for a team that supposedly is 5'7" and averages 240 pounds per man. Quarter of a century ago, that assured you of a state title, or I should say at least an OIA title in the case of Waianae, because that would have been enough. Of course, today you have to be at least another 10 to 15 pounds heavier and at least another 6 inches taller in today's high school football. But Waianae getting it done with the discipline and with the consistency that they've had in their coaching staff over the years. The players and the coaches know each other so well from the day they were born, virtually.
And Waianae, they've had 2 regular season losses this season, so nobody expected this kind of game from them, except probably the Waianae supporters and the Waianae coaching staff and players. Certainly Kahuku looks a bit surprised. They just don't know what happened. They're unbeaten so far this season.
They're shell-shocked right now. They came into this game expecting to win. Waianae just came in and just said, we're just going to play the stuffing out of this, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. And that's been the difference. And in fact, as you look at the Kahuku side of the line, and as you look along their sideline, you can see just looking how the players are dressed, just why they're in this situation that they're in tonight.
Funaki has his man open, and that's going to be a first down. He gets out across the 30, close to the 35-yard line. Orlando Wong, his favorite receiver.
Take another look at the pass completion here, courtesy of Tanioka's Seafood and Catering. Funaki guns this downfield to a wide-open Orlando Wong. Nice disciplined route by the young man, but he is, of course, a third-year senior who understands the importance of doing that.
So we have a first down and 10 at the 36-yard line. That ball is caught again. However, there's about 3 yards on that gain. It's not the 16 that they had the last one. Again, it's Orlando Wong, number 20 for Kahuku.
The third-year senior showing his experience, as you see it here, courtesy of Seafood Village. So important when you're a receiver to stick to your assigned routes, not to try and make things up as you go along. And Wong, although he pays for it here, that's the reason why they're throwing him the ball right now.
Funaki out of the shotgun, locates his receiver, number 81, and he's got the first down and more. Gets it inside the 52, about the 46-yard line of Waianae.
Nice catch by Hafoka there, the wide receiver, 5'8", 155, a junior.
And that is
simple out pattern there. Take another look at it here, courtesy of Seafood Village. Nice job by Funaki to set himself, although not the best throw in the world. Nice job by Hafoka here on the other end, keeping his concentration before being herded out of bounds.
So as far as first downs, Kahuku is increasing their amount. They have now have 13, but they really need some scores here. And they're trying to strike quickly, and that's why they're putting the ball up in the air more than they're probably used to at this point in the game. Usually they're ahead at this point in the game, and they run the ball a lot. But tonight is a different story.
Well, this offense is a complex one. It's not easy to learn.
It's a double slot formation. And Funaki's back. He's looking deep. He's got his man. Oh! And again, number 81, that's Hafoka. Sosaiya Hafoka, thrown a little behind him and high, and he had green all in front of him. Had that ball been thrown a little more accurately, that would have been a score. We're going to see right here, though.
He would have needed at 5'8". He would have needed to have been a little bit taller on this one, although he gets his hands up there, but good job by the Waianae defender to come in and just bother his concentration just enough to get him to drop the ball.
So we have a second 10 at the 46. Funaki hits his man, his short receiver, and that's number 83. I believe it's number 83. I didn't get that number, but if it is, it's Fakaloma Olevao. It's actually Fakaloloma. Wait. Yeah, Loloma, Fakaloloma. We got to read these names carefully.
And of course, Kamai coming in, the linebacker, 5'10", 200, a junior, to clean up the play at the end of it. But a good job there by Funaki. You see right through the defender's hands right there on the line of scrimmage, and right there Olevao actually slips down. I don't know why they didn't call him down there.
Yeah, 5 receivers out on this. Funaki is going for it. And he throws that ball out of bounds, so that's incomplete. So we're going to have...
Sometimes with youth comes over-enthusiasm, and that's basically what happened there to Funaki. Just gunning that pass just a little too hard and not actually able to pick up sometimes his secondary receivers. And sometimes perhaps being young and over-enthusiastic, trying to make the big play all by himself. He's just got to be part of one cog in the machine.
So we have a 4th and 6 situation here. Trips to the left. Funaki is back. They're going for it. And that ball... Number 45 may have had a hand on it for Waianae, and that is Keaka Kamai. The ball was thrown behind the receiver, but it could have also been tipped. So Waianae takes over on downs at their own 43-yard line, excuse me. And there you see the Kahuku coaching staff trying to give instruction. They're not giving up on their players. They're still trying to...
See, they're trying to use this situation basically to teach him, I think, at this point.
So Keali hands the ball off. And that is Peter Sorono. That time he didn't get much. Maybe even a loss, about 1.
You know, you can see the difference here in the quarterbacking as you check out our Midas replay here. Keali'i, for the most part, because a senior and because he has that experience under his belt, you know, very patient with the situation, doesn't try to make the big play all by himself all the time, other than a big touchdown run that he had. But for the most part, not trying to always make the big play by himself, just content to just go ahead, run the team, run the system, run the time off the clock, knows where he is on the field. Very situationally aware young man.
So we have the end of the 3rd quarter where Waianae is up by a score of 36-7 over the Kahuku Redraiders. Certainly a score that nobody expected. And Waianae is having themselves a whale of a ball game. We're going to take a break right here.
Say hello to goodbyes. Say hello to Price Busters. Say hello to service. Say hello to people who care. Say hello to quality at a lower price than anywhere. Say hello, hello to goodbyes. Everything to fit your life. Say hello to goodbyes. Say hello to Price Busters.
And we're back again. Okay, it's going to be a 2nd and 12 situation at the 41-yard line for Waianae. We have not had any time tick off the clock yet. We're just starting the 4th quarter right now. And that ball is handed off to, let me see, number, I didn't make out his number. Okay, that is Manners. Yes, that's Manners, number 32. He gets it out to the sideline, picks up a few yards. He actually picks up more than a few yards. Picks up about 10 yards on the carry. And he's going to have a 3rd and 2 situation at about the 49-yard line of Kahuku. And again, that ball is handed off to Manners. Takes it off tackle. close to the first down. Very close. We might have it. The officials haven't given word yet. They're going to take a measure. Oh, yes, they do. They do have the first down. So Kahuku has to, if they want any chance of winning this game, here in the fourth quarter, down by 29 points, they have to take the ball away. They can't just let Waianae manhandle them or control the line of scrimmage and control this game and move the field down. They got to be a little more aggressive on their defense and try to create some turnovers and recover some turnovers. And you're going to see right here, Waianae is doing the right thing. Manners has the ball again. Waianae is just going to play safe. They're up by 29. They're going to just run this ball, and maybe once in a while they might do a pass. But mostly it's going to be a running game from Waianae's standpoint the rest of this 10 minutes and 51 seconds.
The bottom line in being, of course, you just got to know how to play it in a ball game like this. Waianae knows they're up 36-7, so they just basically know that their offense is more or less executed and been consistent all night. So they're basically able to hold on to the ball and be able to run out the time.
So it's a 2nd and 10 situation, and that ball is handed off to number 21, and that is Calvin Brown. Excuse me, 41. That 41 is Raymond Gomes. I misread the number. Raymond Gomes on one of his few carries of the night.
As you check it out here, Gomes coming around on that little end arounds attack. And a nice block being thrown for him out there to spring in for the extra yardage.
Kauliki with one receiver wide to the left. Only one wide receiver. You know the ball's going up the middle. And Manners gets the first down. So Waianae retains possession and continues this drive. And more important, continues to eat up the clock.
And the joy of cola replay, courtesy of Pepsi. Take another look at it here. Of course, this opened up by that little end around. So, of course, creates a little larger split in that front defensive wall of the Kahuku Redraiders, and only easy for Waianae to ease it on up there and pick up the first down.
And that ball is handed off again to number 41, Raymond Gomes. So now he's getting the ball to show some of what he can do.
That play just took a little too long to develop, and Gomes, by the time he decided to turn it up, had nothing but Kahuku defenders in his face.
Well, at this point in the game, they don't mind if the plays take a little long to develop because their ally is the clock. And the longer they can eat up this clock, the better it is for them to go into their locker room and home with a big victory. Man in motion. That ball is handed off to Gomes again. And he gets it out to down to the 30-yard line, where it's going to be a 3rd and about 5, or call it 4.5.
Of course, every yard that you can grind out on the ground, of course, takes a little something more out of your opponent. Take another look at it here, courtesy of No Foods. Nice head-up run here by Gomes, keeping his head up, looking at the defenders, running through all that defense and able to pick up major yardage, and at the same time, of course, also wear down his opponent.
So we have about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.5 situation here. The ball is handed off to Gomes again, and he's the carrier at this point in the game. He's had 3 straight carries, this time to the left side, so they're going right, left, and up the middle with him and trying to eat up more of that clock. There's 7:45 left in this game.
Take another look at it here, courtesy of No Foods. You see Gomes hip-hopping around. Shows you the good vision. He's able to run it up inside there and pick up yardage and help Waianae hold on to the football. So important to be consistent in your offensive scheme.
So Waianae has a 4th and inches situation here at about the 25, and they got the first down and more. So they're going to retain possession again and have another series of 4 downs.
So important to execute your offense properly, you know, to make sure everything is done quickly, sharply.
And number
Slow
32,
developing plays can usually mean problems, but right here it shows you what good, sharp execution does. Makes the hole, and of course the runner there able to just power his way up and pick up 5 yards and the first down, more importantly, and Waianae able to hold on to the football.
That was Lono Manners again after they've been given to Gomes rather frequently on this drive. He got it. And now number 41, Gomes gets it again. So, and basically that's all your basic plays, you know, trying to take it up the middle and going off tackle, but very safe plays if your ball handler is very good at hanging on to the ball. No turnovers, that's what they don't want. They're not going to put the ball up at this point in the game. 6:34 remains in the fourth quarter, and the score is 36-7, and we have a cramp, I believe.
And of course, coming up in 2 weekends from now, Hawaiian Airlines University of Hawaii homecoming football game versus the University of Texas El Paso, Saturday, October 2nd, here at Aloha Stadium. Going to be interesting to see whether Hawaii will come into here. Will they be 3-1 or 2-2? You probably already know the result watching this at home on the Stadium Stars Television Sports Network, as some of us like to call it.
And Manutai, number 88, for Kahuku, had the cramp, but he's up and back up and out to the side of the field. And Lincoln, he's a 5'11", 165-pound senior. So we have the Stadium Stars, that's us, Aloha Stadium Stars, high school sporting events, tapes for sale. 486-9557 is the number to call if you want them. We have a lot of them available, so go ahead and call us.
If you're watching on the mainland, of course, area code 808-486-9557. Ask for the General Les Kiter, or any one of the folks here at Aloha Stadium can help you out. Hey, football, soccer, baseball. Hey, we virtually have it all except for basketball, and who knows, maybe someday if someone plans it right, we might even get that out here. Wishful thinking on my part, of course. 2nd and 10, ball at the 20, 6:34 remaining in the ball game.
There's Kealiki, had himself a whale of a ball game tonight. You know, and the entire Waianae team has played probably above their heads tonight, catching Kahuku off guard. They were motivated, they believed, and that's the outcome of this game at this point, the belief that they could do it. And that ball's handed out the middle. Again, we're going to see a lot of this. And this time it was Hinton coming in, carrying the ball for Waianae. We have a timeout on the field.
And yet another worn down Kahuku player on the turf. Don't like to see this.
Well, you know, Kahuku, this will be their, I mean, if the results, with 6:17 left in the game, if Waianae does win, and it looks like they're going to with the score 36-7 and 6:17 left in the game, Kahuku, this is going to be their first loss this season. They did lose one to Alaska in the preseason. They can rebound from this just as Waianae has from their 2 previous losses in the regular season. So the season is by no means over for either of these teams. And we should have a very interesting race in the red division this season, of course, with the new playoff system that we'll have and the high school championships. All of these teams are trying to go for it, you know, and get there and show what they can do.
If you believe in comparative scores, some people would say that because Kailua and Waipahu managed wins, are they that much better than Waianae? Are they that much better than Kahuku?
Well, Kailua has, and I knew that from last year, they have an excellent team. They have a lot of their coaching staff. Some of them came from Kahuku. They did an outstanding job last year, and they're even doing a better job this year. So it's no fluke. That Kailua win is not a fluke. We have a penalty. It might be a delay of game. No, it's false start on the offense. This late in the game, you wouldn't expect that, but we have 6 minutes left in the game. And there you see Coach Ta'aka. He has a situation at hand, very calm, but he usually is, you know, even in tense moments. He's one of those coaches that don't get so emotional like some do. You know,
that, of course, a traditional trademark of Waianae football over the years.
So out of the shotgun, that ball is handed off to number 41 again, who's getting a lot of the carries in this fourth quarter, and that is Raymond Gomes, a 5'10", 160-pound running back for Waianae.
And check it out again, courtesy Hawaiian Airlines, Wings of the Islands. And certainly tonight, Waianae has taken wing as well as taken the express on the ground. As you see here, Gomes just basically negotiating his way through the Kahuku defense.
So we have a fourth down situation now, about 4th and 7 at the 18-yard line. And Keali puts the ball up, and number 83 was the intended receiver, and that is Gran Enriquez. But that ball was knocked away by Kahuku defenders. We're going to see it right here
on the Mountain Dew replay. And Keali'i, as I mentioned earlier, taking wing tonight, and certainly Waianae has done a fairly good job throwing the ball for the most part. And Keali'i has, of course, done a very good job at quarterbacking the Waianae offense this evening, certainly.
And they ate up almost 4 minutes on that play, on that drive. So that's their ally, and that's what they did. We have another flag, and we've seen so many tonight. Douglas Awana and his crew are really kept busy. All the penalties on the play, on the field, a delay of games, and that's something you wouldn't expect, you know, at this point of the game on the offense. You might, the Kahuku offense, that is, you might expect something like that with the Waianae offense.
Well, Kahuku trying to learn a new way of doing things.
That ball is aired up. He had a receiver out there, but he just overthrew him. And the intended receiver was number 81, Sosaiya Hafoka.
What's so hard to teach a young quarterback is to be patient, to let the play develop before you set to throw, or before you go ahead and hand off or pitch out. Just one of the things that's just so difficult to teach, because only experience really can give you the confidence and the feel for what you need to get done out there.
Funaki looking, he has 4 receivers out, and that ball was intended, I don't know if it was number 20, which would be wrong. But the 4 minutes, 35 seconds left, and it was actually Westbrook that was the intended receiver.
Well, he had Orlando Wong in the air. One of those elements, too, that young quarterbacks need to learn is how to read a defense, and especially in this type of 4 wide receiver spread.
Funaki has a lot of time. He's bought a lot of time on that, and that ball is up. And is it caught? Yes, it's caught. Wong made a beautiful leaping grab up in the air, and that's a highlight between 2 Waianae defenders.
And Orlando Wong, the third-year senior, the one responsible for doing this. Watch our all-sport body quencher replay here. Funaki just basically throws this up, and just an excellent job by Wong to get up on the sky ladder to get that one down.
And we just missed the play while we had a replay. We missed part of it, but number 83, ball was caught by Olivao, Fakaloloma Olivao.
And here's our Menahune water replay.
And he likes to be called Loma. Easy to say. That's his nickname. That's what he actually prefers to be called, Loma.
Very slow developing play there, and Waianae just basically flowing to the football and just basically coming up and making the stop. And you can see there Walter Santiago talking to his Chargers there, and obviously not very, very unhappy with the performance that they've shown tonight.
You know, sometimes teams just come flat. I mean, it seems like that's what happened tonight. The intensity is not there. You know, they're basically coasting through the season. They had a win last week against Lelehua, 25-9, and the previous week was a 21-7 score. And the previous week, you know, 14-12. That was a close one against McKinley. But then they had a blowout against Castle, 42-0, and 33-19 against a team before that. So Kahuku, maybe a little bit of overconfidence or just a little malaise. And that ball was intended for Hafoka again, overthrown. You know, about the only thing you can say about this series right now is they are going for it, but it's not eating up a lot of time. There's 3:47 left. A lot of incomplete passes will stop the clock, but they need to get going here. You know, hopefully maybe for their sake they can get another score on the board.
They just need to make plays. They're not making plays right now.
And Funaki does an excellent job. I was there just watching this on the monitor, but an excellent job of avoiding would-be tacklers. Avoided 3 of them before he gets tackled at about the 45-yard line, but he does get the first down.
You can see here, though, he kind of loses his awareness because he's looking to throw this ball downfield. And at this point, he suddenly realizes, hey, I can't do that. He tucks it up and starts to run it up and makes a good decision there. It's one of the things he's got to learn in this offense.
Funaki airs this one out, and it hits his receiver right in the helmet. Let's see a replay on that. Number 3 looked like he was going to get that ball. Adam Kammerer, a wide receiver, 6'1", 180, senior. Looked like he had that on the far sideline. We'll see it right here. What happened?
You see, he just guns the ball out, and of course, Kammerer basically taking his eyes off of it. You can see when he started to pull his hands in that he thought about what he was going to do with the ball before he actually had it in his hands. Drew his hands in a little too soon, and the reason why he wasn't able to clamp onto it.
Funaki out at a shotgun, and he gets his receiver coming across on a crossing pattern. I did not make out his number, but we'll find out right now, and that's number 84, I believe. 83. Oh, that's 83, and that is
Oleval, the wide receiver,
Oleval.
6 feet 195, the senior.
Loma Oleval, he likes to be called Loma, as I said earlier. And you're going to see a beautiful pass there, good concentration. And we have a sack, or a loose ball, maybe a fumble. And it is a fumble, and it's recovered by number 76 for Waianae, and that is, we're going to get his name right here, and that's Leah Atuatasi. Leo Atuatasi, he's a 5'10", 250-pound junior. An interesting note, he's the 8th ranked player in weight on the team, so he's not the heaviest guy on the team, but certainly he's an impact player there.
You can see there Atuatasi and company rushing on in there, making life rough for Funaki, the quarterback, as they have most of the evening. And again, Coach Santiago, again, not happy. You can see from his gestures.
There you see the Kahuku band there. They still have the spirit. And, you know, they don't give up. They know there's a whole season still remaining to be played and the playoffs and everything. So, you know, chalk this up for experience. That's usually what coaches will say. Let's learn from this one. We still got to play next week and a week after and a week after. So let's learn from this. If we have any film, we'll look at it. We'll make our corrections. And next time, let's, you know, come out. Let's go out there and be a lot more motivated. Seemed like we lacked some of that tonight. And I think that's probably what has happened tonight. And not to take anything away from Waianae, because they played an excellent game. Ta'aka and his staff really prepared them very well for this game. And there you see Gomes taking it out close to the first down. He might even have it.
The difference tonight between these two teams as you watch our Tanioka's replay has been two words: execution and consistency. Waianae had it tonight, Kahuku did not.
And also the other thing too, I think another factor is probably who wanted this one more. Waianae with a two losses so far, their backs to the wall. If they want to get in the playoffs, they got to win. They can't lose anymore. And they're showing it right here that they want to win and they want to go to the playoffs. And there goes Gomes all the way for the score.
You talk about the wheels coming off, and right there was an example as Gomes was able to scamper in for the touchdown, virtually untouched all the way, to make it a 42-7 score at this juncture. But basically, that's what consistency and execution will do for you. Everything else will take care of itself. Kahuku obviously came in here hot and heavy and just played outside themselves, and sometimes, as someone once told me, you can get a little too greedy, and what ends up happening, you end up getting shot in the foot by your opponent, and that's certainly what's happening to the Red Raiders tonight.
You see number 85, the kicker for the extra point. He puts that up, and it's good. Kalani Angai kicks the PAT. We now have a score of 42-7. There you see Doug Awana talking to one of the Waianae players, number 60. We don't know what that's about. We can only assume, but that's Ponce Wheeler. He's a 5'10", 200-pounder.
Kick off. Try for point is good.
So even at this juncture in the game with 2:18 remaining, those flags still go up. You know, there's no reprieve from that just because we're heading to the end of the game here. We see 2:18 left in the game. Kahuku and Waianae fairly even on first downs, but the difference is that 12, 15, 9, and 7 points scored in the successive quarters by Waianae for a total of 43-7.
The difference has been that Waianae has made the big plays in tonight's ball game, and this is just another example of that. Gomes comes to the outside. You see nobody for Kahuku gets within maybe an earshot aside from that young man there, who maybe makes a brush tackle attempt at best. But Gomes by that time in the end zone for the touchdown.
So up to the juncture of the first quarter, Gomes, I'm not even sure if he had any carries. Then all of a sudden he was the guy for them to give the ball to, and he got them, you know, in good field position. He helped them in a long possession that ate up the clock, and now finally he gets a taste of the end zone and gets to, get some of the fruits of his labors by having a score to go home and talk to his family and tell them about. So we're going to see the kickoff here. It goes, it's not in the end zone, excuse me, and that is Wong. Wong takes it out, heading towards midfield, but he's not going to go very far as a swarm of Waianae tacklers are there to stop him at about the 13-yard line.
There's only so much that one person can do. You need the help of the other 10 people on the field, and certainly Wong has tried his best to help out his other 10 teammates, but the simple fact is, if you don't get the help you need, then, you know, things just won't happen for you.
And that ball's handed up on a draw. Looked like a draw. And that's not we have penalties, but I believe that was handed off to Vaifunaki. I'm not even sure. We'll find out. But there are flags down. And there you see number 24 for Waianae. He made the tackle on that play, and that is Aaron Foy. And this one goes against Waianae. And you might see that at this juncture in the game, coaches trying to get a lot of players some game time, so people are being shuffled in and out, and sometimes you're going to see that. And that ball's batted away. It's intercepted by number 94 for Waianae. Yes, he's a lineman. Yes, he's Diamond Kaava. And yes, he is 6'11", 200-pound junior, so he will be back next year.
What's more important is what he's doing this year, and was able to make that little pick up inside there. And one of the things about, like I said, a young quarterback is you get impatient and then you do things a little quicker, a little faster than maybe you should be. You don't give the play time to develop, and next thing you know, you're on the sidelines and the other guy has the ball.
Well, you know, Inoke, that's Inoke Funaki, the quarterback, he's only a sophomore, so talking about years remaining, he's got 2 after this. And he being a starter as a sophomore, that's to say a lot for a player. You know, on a team like Kahuku with the tradition, playing against a team, you know, such as Waianae with their own tradition, he'll be around and he'll show his thing in the next couple of years. Okay, Kahuna with the ball. We have 33 seconds remaining in this game, so it's, for all intents and purposes, over at this point. I don't know if anybody's going to really want to even stop the clock at this point. So with 19 seconds left, we have a score of 43-7, and Waianae is going to walk away with this one. So their season is not over. They still are keeping their playoff hopes alive with this big victory. Okay, there you see it. Time has expired. Final score, Waianae Seariders 43 and the Kahuku Redraiders 7. A score that many just didn't expect. But in the game of football, anything can happen, and we saw it tonight. Excellent game played by Waianae. They kept their cool, and like you said, Al, they executed, and they really played like they wanted this one more than Kahuku. There you see Leo Ta'aka. He's very satisfied what his troops have done tonight. So, but Suaki, he has his work cut out for him. They're a good team. You know, they'll be back. And by no way is this season over for them. They most likely will be in the playoffs. And they're just going to have to chalk this up to experience and get a little more pumped up the next time they, head out on the field.
No, the next time I think don't be so pumped up. Play within yourself and don't try to grab too much too soon, too fast. You get too greedy, sometimes bad things happen. And I think that's what happened to Kahuku tonight. They had a couple of big blowout victories, as you pointed out. They didn't have to struggle. They came in figuring they're going to steamroll their way through. Didn't happen tonight. Waianae put up a wall and just basically shut the door in their faces. And now they're going to have to, as the coach said, going to have to learn from this on the other side of the field. Sam Keali'i, though, very good job by the young man tonight. An example of what it means to play within yourself. Don't try to go too far beyond what you're capable of, because a lot of times you only end up hurting the team. And that's basically what we saw tonight. Consistency, execution, playing within yourself. Don't let emotion run over you, because otherwise you'll find yourself getting run over.
Well, anyway, I'm Jim Kamara, and along with me, Al Murakami. We'd like to thank you for watching this game. Don't forget, Aloha Stadium Stars. We got the tapes. Have a good night.